Hello, happy Wednesday and happy new weekly vlog, sort of, half weekly. I am on my way to do my ice bath, even though it's not going to be icy. It will be a lukewarm bath. I'm actually going to shut this blind because we are in the midst of another heat wave in the UK. I was just getting ready to put away my fan, and then yesterday it was 26 and today I think it's meant to be 25 degrees. Love that. But anyway, I'm about to go out and soak up some vitamin D. Just thought I would check in quickly. It is ridiculously hot today. Have I mentioned that? I need to... Where can I sit you again? Oh, actually I need to check in. Sorry, I was mid telling you about what I was doing there. So this morning I went to Espresso Cart and I had like a kind of admin power hour, and I was meant to have a PT client at 3:30, but she's called off because it's too hot apparently, which suits me fine. But I need to go to the post office to drop off an emergency order for my lovely client Kate, who stays abroad but she's wanting it sent to someone down south. Anyway, and then I also need to go to Deborah from Flourish, who she's got a new setup in her garden now, and she wants some cleansing balms for her customers, so I'm going to drop them off. I'm also going to go to the Book Nook because I've pre-ordered the newest, it's the Accomplice to the Villain, and I can't wait to read it. I mean, I'm still reading House of Sky and Breath, I think the second one in the Crescent City series, but I just want to have it. And then I'm going to train, which will be interesting because it's roasting, and do my cardio. I'll either do that after my training if I've got time, or... Oh, that reminds me, I need to put a towel in my bag. I'll just pinch this one. The lighting is on point. I've got all my blinds shut because, as I say, it feels like 20 million degrees. Have I got any coffee left? Right. What else did she want? 2 toners. Give her a wee lip balm.
I will find something that I love, and I want obviously to see
Hello.
what you guys
Went on the live with the girl Chloe who was organised the retreat that I went on, and I'm only like 1 or 2 people that's on it, and I feel bad about coming off it. So look at my boat shoes. Did I show you these yesterday? I can't remember. They're meant to be like the barefoot style, and I ordered them like half a size bigger because all the comments were saying that like your toes end up jammed up the top, although they've got width. But like my toes like there. But hi, ignore this mess. I am what am I doing? I'm about all over the place today. It is my friend Jo's 2nd anniversary of her passing, and I've been feeling all the feels. 1 minute I go from like just floods of tears to being like no, like attitude of gratitude, which I am still cultivating. But I'm gonna 1:20. I was meant to have a PT client. It's Thursday, by the way. I was meant to have, there's all these things on the screen and I don't know. I was meant to have a PT client at 3, but she texted me at like 10 this morning and was like, "Hi Melanie, I'm just checking that we've got a PT session now," and I'm like, "No, you are incorrect." It's definitely in my diary at 3. So because I thought I'd had her in, I had booked in with Deborah at Flourish, who does like the cupping therapy and stuff, at 4:30. But then because of the mix up the clients, I'm still getting my cupping therapy, but where was I going with this story? I don't know. And then I've got my blow dry, and then it'll be Glee Club. I also need to go to the supermarket at some point. But my back is really, like my lower back. I know I'm holding a lot of tension and stuff. I don't know if I want to put a jumper on. Not my finest angle I've ever had yet. One day I will get the knack of actually doing things on time and overcoming my time blindness, which I have. The plan was to, probably just as well that my PT client cancelled. The plan was to go to the supermarket and get some bits, because I've not really eaten much today, I realised. Plus I need stuff for the morning, blah blah blah. Now I'm going to have to go probably after I've been to the park hotel tonight. And then I got in my truck and realised that I had no diesel, so I've just had to go and get diesel. But I should be on time for my massage appointment, which I'm really looking forward to. I feel like I'm going to have some good suction bruises on my back. So a lot of tension going on there. But I keep thinking about the fact, and I don't know if this is me being a bit entitled or what, but so the retreat that I was on last week, if you've watched last week's vlog, you'll know that I was down, well, first I travelled and I stayed overnight in Oxford, and then I was at this beautiful place called Minster Mill. Well, that's what the hotel and stuff was called. I can't remember. It's basically like 4 minutes down the road from Jeremy Clarkson's farm, apparently, in the Cotswolds, randomly. But I was at this retreat, and one of the speakers that was there was Lucy McLeod from Hair Syrup, and that was part of the reason that I decided that I was going to go, and it was really good and blah blah blah. But something that's kind of got me in the aftermath is I provided not one but 2 products, one of which was full size, for 18 goodie bags, and all the women that were there got them, and not one of them has either tagged me on, or White Rabbit on. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm alright, thank you. That was Joy from my packaging supplier. Basically, my packaging is currently essentially stuck in China, and I'm now being charged $50 a day for them to keep it, because I had put in a massive order thinking that I would be in a better position than I'm in now, and I can't pay for it, so I'm trying to negotiate with them and whatnot. Anyway, sorry, I'm standing like this because I've put scalp serum in, and I had my hair in what I thought was like a cute little bun, and it's not working out that way. Yeah, so out of those 18, or I suppose 17 women, because I'm the 18th, not one of them has put a story up saying got this or whatever. But what they did do is, albeit I realised she was a speaker, right, so she was technically contributing more, but Hair Syrup had put in a sample, and loads of them have been tagging Hair Syrup and whatever. And this is going to sound really bitter of me, but it's how I feel, so I'm going to say it. Hair Syrup doesn't need the likes and the shares and whatever. They are already a multi-million-pound company. I'm not saying that I want everyone to be absolutely fawning over White Rabbit and saying, even if they haven't tried the products yet, all they had to do is take a photo, put it on their socials, say that they received this as part of the goodie bag, and whatever. And already that is getting White Rabbit out to more people than would have known about the brand before. I mean, it's on my task list to actually contact every single one of them and be like, hi, remember me? But yeah, that's that. Have we seen this? I've got a bathing suit on because I'm going out to do my ice bath. But that was the result of my tapping therapy yesterday, which was much needed. But see, to be honest, the kind of, I don't know why I'm doing that, the sucker wounds aren't as prominent as they were before, so I don't know if that means that I don't have as much toxins in my back or what. I could be making that up. Oh no, I've got hardly any battery and I'm out for the full day.
Iya, ika bag, ni bag kabla.
Cool, I found. Get a good training session done. I'm going to drop Cam off and then, well, no, I'm going to park outside the book nook and then Cam's going to walk the rest of the way. You okay?
Yeah.
Bye! I know I'm overtired and I'm hormonal because it's ovulation time and it's a full moon, so there's a lot going on, but I just need a rant. Like, I've been putting so much effort into like doing social media things, and it's not enough just to upload one video. Like, you have to do different things for different platforms. Like on TikTok you have to put hidden keywords in the first 5 seconds of your video, and then on Instagram it's different again, and even like YouTube Shorts is different again. And I like it's not just a case of like, so I uploaded a 15-second clip about the scalp serum that White Rabbit Skincare does, and it took me, see, by the time you have, I know this is such a first world problem, like woe is me thing, but see, by the time you've like filmed a clip, edited it together, researched the written description, researched the hashtags, you can't just put it up. Like, there's certain like times during the day that's supposedly best to put it up, and you put it up and it gets like 100 views, if that, and I just think, like, what is the point? And I've had, like, no joke, about 15 website views today, and I'm sorry I'm always coming on here and crying, but like, sometimes I literally don't know who else to talk to. And then I'm feeling really insecure about my body as well. I've literally just done, like, I did half an hour cardio, and I just feel like I look disgusting at the moment. Like, I think this is the heaviest I've ever been, and I know it's not all about weight, but when my battery's gone, I feel like my camera gets fed up of listening to me. Got 3 minutes to get into my Pilates class. Oh my goodness, all of a sudden it's roasting. Hello, it's Saturday. I made it in time for Pilates. It was very good. And then I went and got my brows done. Can you see?
Welcome to the reality revolution.
I haven't actually had a proper breakfast yet. It's now 2 o'clock because I've got a migraine. So I'm going to go home and take some ibuprofen with lysine, which is key for helping migraines, and have something to eat. And then I'm actually heading to Troon to meet the Ingeus girls. Hi Kirsty, if you're watching. We're meeting at Lido this time. Usually we meet at C or the Pot and Shed, whatever it's called now, in Irvine, but we decided to branch out. And I'm actually really proud of us for choosing somewhere else to go. And I've just made my food shop, have I mentioned that? Because I intend for tomorrow to be an absolutely, genuinely do-nothing day. My brain and my body need some decompression time. Excuse me talking over my mouth. How rude. Also, when I was in B&M, I was filming some clips because I want to do a reel on a lot of people's skin irritations and problems. It can actually be down to all of these artificial fragrances and essentially unregulated allergens that are in a lot of products that have been made popular by a lot of the cleaning influencers like Mrs. Hinch. Because, fun fact, fragrances are highly, as I say, unregulated, and there's a massive loophole where, as long as you note that there is fragrance in your products, you don't necessarily need to specify like what it is, so it can cause a lot of issues. So if you're someone who has skin issues, oh, there's Mum. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I meant to text you actually to see how did Dad got on yesterday. My goodness, Troon is a busy place today. I've literally been around the block 4 times trying to find a space. I've had to park in Temple Hill, if you know Troon. And because of that, I've ended up being the last person. People are acting like they've never seen a camera before. I finally liked it! Oh sorry, Kirsty, I'm filming your hand.
Alright, hello. So he was supposed to be off today and
Some ketchup for you there, and the black
good.
Of course I wasn't coming so near to the beach and not coming to put my toes in the water. Good. Definitely afternoon, it's nearly 1 o'clock. Happy Sunday. Welcome to day 1 of me turning my life around in some shape or form. So I actually slept until 10 o'clock, which I have not done in a very long time. Don't get me wrong, Harry had me up several times throughout the night. I don't actually know where Jack is, which is concerning me ever so slightly. But I'm just, God love him, Billy down the stairs, Dad, Billy, Senior, has cut my grass for me. So I was going to go and do my ice bath, but I'm going to actually make my breakfast, which is now my lunch. So I've inadvertently been intermittent fasting. Not intentionally, but yeah. So when I got up, I sat and did my EFT tapping, and in that I had a bit of a light bulb moment where the woman had said something like, I think it's because of the way our brains are wired, but it's very, very easy for us to think of the negative, or come up with, if I was to say to you, come up with a list of all the bad things in your life or things you don't like and blah blah blah. It would be very, very easy. But I was going to say for some reason, but it is just the way our brains are wired, because our brains are wired, even after all these thousands of years, to keep us safe. It's harder for us to think of good things. So I want to change that. I actually made a little a TikTok and a YouTube short, which should be still on my channel, I would imagine. I don't generally delete anything, even if it's naff. And then I sat and wrote out, with the help of ChatGPT of course, a list of askformations. So that's things like affirmations, but which start with a question. So, how am I so lucky? Why does money always flow to me so easily? And because your brain is a problem-solving machine, it then wants to go and find you these answers. So, further on from that, your reticular, not reticulated, I was searching for reticulated it was coming up with reticulated python. It's reticular activating system, which is the filter in your brain. It will then go out and, because it wants to please you, look for answers. Well, that's the theory. Anyway, I am now getting a bit hungry, so I am going to put my mushrooms and let me get them out here. Sausages in the air fryer, and then while that's cooking, I'm gonna make some of this, I think, and have my ginger shot. And I'm in this because I'm doing my ice bath. I also need to refill my ice bath. I actually asked ChatGPT, I was like, because I was intending on taking the full of today as a rest / do nothing day, but I actually feel quite motivated to do stuff. So it said that I'm allowed, if I keep checking in with myself at regular intervals, and if I catch myself feeling like panicky or anxious, then that's the time to stop. But I can like do a little task or whatever and then see how I feel. And keep asking myself, like, what do I want to do now? Like, if I say, right, you're going to rest and I feel relief, then that is a sign that I should be resting. What else was it? It said, hold on. Although initially it said, this is such a good self-awareness moment. You're noticing the difference between genuine motivation and that I should be doing something. Because I should all over myself all the time. So firstly it said, body versus mind check. Body scan. Close your eyes for 30 seconds and ask, does my body feel energised and wanting movement, or tired and needing rest? Mind check. Is the urge coming from excitement and curiosity, or pressure and guilt? The gentle test. Tell yourself, I give myself full permission to rest today. If you feel relief, you probably need true rest. If you feel restless and itchy, it may be a genuine motivation wanting an outlet. The middle ground, instead of rest or do everything, you could pick one joyful, low pressure activity, e.g. a walk, creative project, light tidy up. Frame it as play, not productivity. Promise yourself a recheck after 30 minutes. If it's draining, stop. If it's fueling, continue. A reframe that might help. Rest days don't mean zero activity, they mean no pressure, no pushing. You can rest your nervous system while still doing something that feels light, fun or nourishing. So there we are. It's meant to be 25 degrees again today, and the same again tomorrow, and then thankfully it's going to start getting cooler, and I cannot wait. So I'm not particularly looking forward to being in. I'm in the gym for a good chunk of the day tomorrow, from 10 till potentially up until about 3 o'clock. This is what these look like. They don't look like conventional bacon, but they do taste nice, and the macros are really good. Per 100 grams, there's only 1 gram of fat and 21 grams of protein. See, that's what I don't understand about a lot of meat alternatives. Like, you either get ones like that, which is like low fat, high protein, perfect, or a lot of like the sausages, for example. So I take the Linda McCartney ones, which per 100 grams is 5.5 grams of fat and 16 grams of protein. So they're relatively okay, but a lot of them like are like when you look into like your vegan like burgers and stuff, the fat is like 16 grams up and the protein is kind of okay. When you're looking for, or when you're looking at food packets, per 100 grams you're ideally looking for something less than 5 grams and more than 15 grams. Good evening. I am just on to close this one off, since I've become it. Oh god, I've got chocolate all over my face. When I was editing my last vlog, I realised that for a good 10% of that vlog, I had chocolate on my face. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.